almost made the one before that. Watch the turn and the focus, and he squeezed that one. That is fantastic. And Thornton had another one last week, could have been an additional 50-yard touchdown.
Travis Kelce explained that the most effective coaches in the NFL are those who understand not only how to teach plays, but also how to inspire and motivate players to perform at their peak. And he highlighted Andy Reid as a prime example of this type of leader. Kelce mentioned that Reid encourages players to express their personalities on the field, believing that when a player is allowed to be themselves, they perform better than if they were forced into a rigid system. And this approach has allowed the Chiefs to maximize the unique talents of each member. He emphasized that the coaching philosophy of incorporating players naturally into the offensive scheme, rather than trying to fit them into a predetermined mold, fosters both confidence and performance, creating an environment where the team can thrive collectively. Kelce recounted that when Reid first arrived in Kansas City, the culture needed to be reshaped. Initially, the team was under strict guidelines and expectations, with a "this is how we do it" mentality, but as trust developed between coaches and players, collaboration became possible, and the offense began to function at a higher level. This change in culture ultimately allowed the Chiefs to leverage the talents of a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, whose skill set requires both trust and freedom to execute extraordinary plays. Turning to the recent game against the Giants, Kelce shared that the 22-9 win marked a historic moment, as it was the franchise's first ever road victory against New York. He described the feeling of returning to the win column, noting that winning in the NFL is never easy and every victory counts. Reflecting on the team's historical record against the Giants, he recalled that when he entered the league, the Giants were transitioning out of their Super Bowl era under Eli Manning, and even though they were not as dominant, they were still formidable opponents who often bested the Chiefs. Kelce recounted a memorable 2012 interaction with Marty Morningwig at a holiday party, where Marty predicted the Giants would peak at the right time and go on to win the Super Bowl, a prediction that came true despite their 8-8 record at the time, highlighting the unpredictable nature of football and the importance of preparation and strategy. In discussing the game itself, Kelce noted that the first half was tense and frustrating, with the Chiefs settling for 3 field goals in the red zone due to penalties and difficult third-and-long situations. However, kicker Harrison Butker converted crucial opportunities, putting points on the board and keeping the team competitive. Kelce emphasized that the offense and defense were beginning to find rhythm, with the defense playing especially well against the run, and that turnovers often dictate outcomes in close NFL games. He described one of the most chaotic and remarkable plays he had ever witnessed when Mahomes recovered a backwards pass in the middle of a chaotic play, covering significant ground and securing the ball, a display of skill, awareness, and determination that Kelce said few other quarterbacks could replicate. Kelce observed that the offense began to click in the second half, with contributions from both the run game and receivers like Taquan Thornton and Hollywood Brown, who made several key catches and proved to be reliable targets for Mahomes. He looked forward to the return of Xavier and Rashid Rice, who would strengthen the team's depth and cohesion. Kelce also praised Juju Smith for his energy, positioning, and accountability, noting that his presence enhanced both the run and pass games and contributed to overall team efficiency. According to Kelce, the offense was starting to find its rhythm, with blockers creating space, skilled players breaking tackles, and the team displaying the speed and energy reminiscent of earlier Chiefs squads. Thornton's catches were particularly noteworthy to Kelce, who emphasized the player's intelligence, hands, and athleticism, which allow him to excel within Reid's system. Smart football players like Thornton, Hollywood, and Juju can exploit one-on-one matchups, giving the offense an added advantage. Kelce explained that Mahomes' ability to read the field and feel the game makes decision-making easier, and that the trust built during the off-season, training camp, and practice allows him to play instinctively, solidifying his reputation as one of the best players in the world. The chemistry developing between Mahomes and Thornton opens up underneath routes, while the team's big play capability ensures defenses cannot ignore threats, creating an offensive spark that led the Chiefs to dominate in the second half. Kelce acknowledged the support of fans, naming Erica Dutcheman as a specific attendee, adding a personal touch to the narrative of the team's journey. Reflecting on a past incident, Kelce recounted a confrontation with Reid during a Giants game where both were visibly animated, with shouting and physical contact. Despite this, Kelce praised Reid for his leadership, noting that this wasn't their first clash, referencing a similar incident at Super Bowl 57. He said that emotional displays can provide energy and that such moments are part of the competitive environment, ultimately contributing to team resilience. The Chiefs' victory in East Rutherford, where Mahomes threw for 224 yards and a touchdown, and Kelce himself recorded 4 catches for 26 yards, marked the first win of the season and could serve as a turning point, building confidence for the high-profile upcoming matchup against the Ravens. Throughout the discussion, Kelce encouraged viewers to subscribe, particularly after thrilling moments like Mahomes' improvisation or Thornton's clutch receptions. He emphasized how individual performances contribute to team momentum and the importance of building chemistry between receivers, blockers, and quarterbacks. Early frustrations in the game transformed into second-half dominance thanks to execution, communication, and playmaking. Kelce connected these performances to broader season goals, stressing the importance of trust, accountability, and awareness on the field. He framed individual accomplishments within the team context, illustrating how preparation, talent, and chemistry converge to produce victories. Smart players in Reid's system thrive by recognizing matchups and seizing opportunities, supporting Mahomes' instinctive play and helping the offense flourish. Kelce concluded that the win against the Giants was more than a single-game victory. It was a pivotal moment that signaled momentum for the season. He stressed that continued focus on cohesion, execution, and leveraging player strengths would be critical as the Chiefs prepared for the Ravens, expressing optimism about future games, confidence in player development, and appreciation for Reid's leadership. Short subscribe prompts were strategically inserted to keep viewers engaged, while Kelce's continuous narrative captured the energy, challenges, and triumphs of a Chiefs' journey, Mahomes' emergence, and the contributions of Thornton, Brown, Guju, and others, ensuring the story flowed seamlessly without repetition, preserving the sequence of events, and illustrating the interplay between individual talent, teamwork, coaching strategy, and the competitive spirit that drives the team toward success.